I do want to talk to you also about AI, because
Yes.
it's become, I mean, from the time you wrote about it to where we are now, it seems closer
Yeah,
to the
it's
things you
moving
wrote.
fast.
It's moving fast. You did talk about how we will reach a point where AI will be able to hack a human.
Yes.
Do you see that now far closer? And are we
Yeah.
already there? Could you explain
it's
to
already
us?
happening. I mean,
Yes.
the idea of hacking human, we are used to talking about hacking computers and
Yes.
smartphones and
Yes.
things like that. But we are increasingly seeing corporations, governments acquiring the ability to hack a human being. What does it mean to hack a human being? It means to understand me better than I understand myself. To be able to predict my feelings, my thoughts, my choices, and increasingly also to manipulate them. Because if you can predict my feelings and choices, you also know how to manipulate me. What do you need in order to do this? You need a lot of data, a lot of information, and a lot of computing power.
Yes.
Now, previously in history, nobody had that. Even if you think about somebody like Stalin in the Soviet Union, he wanted to follow everybody all the time, but he couldn't. He didn't have the technology. In the Soviet Union, you can put a KGB agent to follow somebody all the day. But there are 200 million people in the Soviet Union. You don't have 200 million KGB agents. And even if you do have 200 million agents, what do? They follow me all day. They write a report at the end of the day on some piece of paper. They send it to headquarters in Moscow. Somebody needs to read 200 million papers every day
And
analyze
interpret
them.
what that means. Yes.
It's impossible.
Yes.
So it was impossible to hack everybody like this. Now it is becoming possible. You don't need a KGB agent to follow you. You have the agent in your own pocket. Your smartphone, your computer, or somebody else's computer or smartphone follows you, collects data on you all the time. And also you don't need human analysts to read all these papers. You have algorithms that analyze the information. So it is possible now, for the first time in history, to completely annihilate privacy, to follow everybody all the time, to know more about me than I know about myself. And this is very frightening. This is extremely dangerous. You know, it can be used for some good purposes, like providing us with better healthcare, alerting us, look, there is this disease starting, let's try to take care of it when it's still very easy. But it can be used to create the worst totalitarian regimes in human history. Something far more extreme than anything we have seen in the Soviet Union or in communist China or in Nazi Germany. Again, it's not inevitable, it's not a prophecy. We can prevent it by making the right regulations, by building the right technologies. That's one of the biggest choices we face as humans today. And again, it's especially important that the young people are aware of it. Because, you know, they are very often online all the time, all their social life. And they should realize that all this immense amount of information on me, I'm giving it to these corporations or to the government. And what will they do with it? And also, it's not just the information I give, it's also the information I take in. That we are now flooded by enormous amounts of information, which again, AI and algorithms are kind of manipulating, using it to manipulate how we think. You know, it's like, you know, like you play piano. So now these algorithms are learning how to play on our emotional system. How to generate hatred, how to generate fear in people's minds. So, you know, people are sometimes very careful about what they eat, the food that goes into their body. They should be equally careful about what they feed their minds. We need an information diet for the mind.